Hello everybody, you're watching Park Pass. My name is Chris and I am at Disneyland. There's a castle right behind me, and today's video I'm going to tell you 3 sneaky ways that Disney tries to get you to spend more money. But I'm also going to give you 3 ways that you could save money when you come to Disneyland, because let's be honest, we all want to save money, but we all want to go on a trip to Disneyland. Let's do this. How does Disney get you to spend more money when you come to the park? How does Disney get you to spend more money? Well, it's through psychology, right? They're going to use psychology, but the thing is, it's not as easy as that. They have to use powerful psychology to overcompensate the psychology that's already in your brain. I'll explain in a second what that really means. But and also I just want to say, Disney's a corporation. They have to make money. If they don't make money, if they weren't profitable, they have to pay for all their workers, they have to pay for all the supplies, they have to pay for all the uses of everything here. If they weren't making money, then the park would close. So yeah, they have to make their money. There's no shame in that. Now, what it is, it's kind of an understood transaction. Oh, look at this, guys. That's one of my favorite sounds, and I love that whole the vibe of the Matterhorn. When I come to Disney, I give them money, and in exchange, I'm kind of giving my money in exchange for an experience. I want a positive experience with my family. I want to have fun. I'm really giving money in exchange for entertainment. And Disney's aware of that, and Disney tries to fulfill that kind of vibe not vibe, but kind of contract, sort of speak, when you buy a ticket to Disneyland. But then when you get to the park, they want you to spend a little bit more money to help cover the costs. They want to make it easy for you to spend money. That's the most important thing. So let me show you some things that they do that make it really easy for you to spend money. All right, this first thing that Disney does, it's not exclusive to Disney. Other places do this as well, but I'm going to kind of point it out to you so you guys can see it. We're at the Galactic Grill Cafe. The Galactic Grill. I want you to look at this menu. Do you notice anything missing off of this menu? I'll let you look at it for a second. Do you notice anything missing off this menu? If you didn't, that's okay, it's subtle, but I'm going to show you one other example of it. Then I'll tell you what it is. If you know what it is, put it down in the comments down below. You notice anything missing here? Let me go show you one more example. Hang on. All right, let's take a look here at this menu. Do you see something here that's missing? What was missing from all 3 of those menus? The dollar sign. There is no dollar sign. This is really smart on Disney's part. So I used to, before I started YouTube, I used to do business, and I would actually go out to large corporations to teach them how to be more effective in selling. And this is something that is a big deal. The dollar sign is like a mental block. When people see a dollar sign, like you see that a dollar sign 11 for the fried pickles or whatever it is, your mind actually stops. Oh, hey, how's it going? It's been brought to our attention ever since we're children going to school. When we see a dollar sign, we think of money. Well, the last thing you want somebody thinking about is money when they're making a purchase. That's just, you don't really want that. So what you do is you remove the dollar sign from the menu. So you see it, you're not being dishonest, you're saying what the price is, but the dollar sign is no longer there. It makes it easier for people to spend money. They're like, oh, I can spend that, I can spend that. But when you see that dollar sign, you start to think about it. You're like, I don't know. Do I really want to spend that much money on a sandwich? So yeah, it's a little tiny thing that they do, but it makes it super easy to spend money. All right, so how do you combat that? Well, that's simple. I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know that Disney allows you, they allow you to bring your own food in? Yeah. So, and this is really important, I think. If you're coming on a family vacation, you have little ones, you could bring food in, because it's kind of frustrating, right? When you go and spend money on a meal for like a toddler and they take one bite of it, and you're like, oh. You can bring in things that I've always found helpful is like those Lunchables, the Crustable sandwiches, things like that. They're easy to put in your backpack and carry in. You can absolutely bring that. You can bring in water bottles. You just can't bring in glass bottles, but Disney allows you to bring your own food in. So bring in some treats and snacks and put them in your backpack and have them good to go. That way, as you go throughout the day and people get hungry, you can just grab a little snack. Easy peasy, boom, pow. All right. Beautiful Main Street. I love the omnibus. It looks fantastic. The castle's right down here. It looks so good. All right. What's the second way that Disney gets you to spend more money? They use fatigue. They know that when you were tired, you're going to be more likely to buy something. But they can't just come out and say, hey, you're tired. So what they do, they kind of assault your senses with smell. That's right, it's absolute smell. And popcorn carts are notorious for this. They pump out that smell because during the day, in the morning, when you first get in the morning, you're like, oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. But then as the day wears on, you're a little more tired. You walk by and you smell that amazing popcorn. You're like, you know what? Maybe we deserve a little treat. Let's just reset, let's get a treat. So they use smell to kind of lure you in. And it works like a charm. So here's a beautiful popcorn stand. I can smell the popcorn. It's absolutely amazing. And if you look right up here, you can hear it. That's pumping out the smell of the popcorn. Now they're not doing artificial smells of popcorn. It's actual there, but they're pumping that smell out so that you can smell it as you walk by. And man, it works. Like right now, it's working. I want it. I want it. I want it. I don't think there's been a time in my life where my wife has been able to say no to popcorn. She loves Disney popcorn. It's her favorite. She loves to get it. She loves to just like have it and just kind of walk in the park and nibble on popcorn. But yeah, they get you. They know when you're more tired, you're more susceptible to smells, and bam, they get you with those smells. All right, so how do you combat that? Well, you don't. Except, I am going to say this: your water bottles. So you're going to end up buying popcorn. You just be aware of that. Absolutely. And the popcorn is going to be delicious, and you're absolutely going to love it. But you're going to also want to buy drinks, right, for the popcorn. Well, one of the things you can do is you can bring in water bottles, and you can do refillable water bottles. Make sure, and even if you buy like a plastic water bottle, like a drink, if you keep the bottle, you can go to the drinking fountains, and you can absolutely 100% refill those bottles up and save yourself some money rather than keep rebuying more water over all the time. Because you're going to buy that popcorn, and it's delicious, and then you're going to need a drink for it. So there you go. Okay. This next one is a big psychological battle that Disney does with you when you go into a store. And it's not just Disney does this, a lot of retailers do this. But as a person, you have this intrinsic value that you will place on something. When you walk into a store, did you know that? When you walk into a store and you look at an item, your mind already determines how much that item is worth without you being told what it's worth. And if you don't believe, just think of these examples. You walk in a store, you're like, oh, that's really cute. How much is that? And you pick it up, you look at the bottom, you see the price tag. You're like, whoa, I'm not going to spend that much money. That right there, your mind has put a value on that, and then the price tag was way exceeded that value. And the stores are completely aware of this. In fact, they hire people to these focus groups when they go in a store, and they try to get their gut reaction of how much something costs. And they look at it, they'll ask them afterwards, they'll pull them and say, well, how much do you think that was? How much do you think that was? Because they're trying to determine what we as a consumer are willing to spend for it. So like if they look at like this little bottle, and the person's like, I would have spent $8 for it, and the store had it marked down for $2, the store is going to raise the prices. Or if you look at that little bottle, like I would have spent $8 for it, but it was listed for $28, then they might be like, it might be a little too high, they might lower the prices. So they're trying to find that sweet spot. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to exceed your sweet spot by a little bit. So if you felt like a bottle was worth $8, then they might put it at 10. Just a little bit outside that margin of what you feel acceptable. Because then at your point, you're like, okay, I get it. You're going to get it. And you'll buy it. This is a battle that all retailers have. But they have found a little loophole through psychology how to like just obliterate that intrinsic value that we assign things. All right, so we're going to walk in here. I'll show you what they do. So of course, like I would look at this hat, I'm like, oh, what do I spend this hat? Then you look at the price, and if you're like, oh, this is $29, if you feel comfortable with that, then you would purchase it. But if you feel like that's way too high, then you're not going to buy it. So they're trying to put this item right in that area where you will feel comfortable enough that you'll still purchase it. But they know that you have a limit. Like you're not going to purchase the value of that. So what does Disney do? Oh, they're very tricky. All right, so there's an intrinsic value of what you think something's going to spend, and Disney wants you to maybe put a little more value on that. And this isn't a Disney thing, but a lot of retailers do this. There are two words that Disney can put in front of something, and once they put these two words in front of something, it resets our brain. We no longer trust ourselves on what the value of that thing is. We think, well, maybe we're wrong, and we let the store then dictate the price of whatever that item is. Those two words are limited edition. Hi, how are you? Limited edition. The second you see something that says limited edition, our brain like kind of freaks out about that, and we're like, well, what is that worth? And we are willing to spend more money for that particular item. Now, Disney can't put limited edition on everything, or then it'll lose value. But they put it on things, and they're limited edition, and we want to spend more for them. Once you see it, what can you do about that? Nothing. Just know it's a limited edition, and you're gonna feel that spur to buy, and then maybe if you want to buy it, buy it. But if you don't, then don't. But yeah, limited edition, man, that is a powerful motivator and sells. The second you see something's a limited edition, you're like, I want it right now. Makes you feel good. But how can you also save money? Well, right now you can call 1-855-GETAWAY. Call 1-855-GETAWAY, and when you plan your Disney vacation, tell them Park Pass sent you. Right now, for the next, I think it's the next 2 weeks, adults at kids prices. You can buy adult tickets at kids prices, and they're good for 2025 and also 2026 till the end of next year. So if you're planning on coming down to Disneyland in the next year or in 2026, buy your tickets now. It's the lowest prices you're going to be able to get them. Adults at kids prices. I think it's only going to be going for maybe another week or a week and a half. It's limited edition, and so you want to go down and buy your tickets before it's gone, because it's the best prices. Also, Getaway Today will help you get you the lowest prices on your hotels, and they'll do this also for Walt Disney World and for Disneyland. So wherever you're going, you'll get the lowest price on your hotels and on your tickets, and that's a guarantee, which is why I use them too. When I'm booking this whole marathon, saying all these different hotels down here in Anaheim, I booked it all through Getaway Today because it's the lowest prices. So you guys are awesome. I need to find a little moment where I can talk to you guys. Little space. Okay, so I found a little quiet spot where I can chat with you for a second. I just want to say that I am talking to you right now. I want you to know that you matter. You are important, and you make the world a better place. You are awesome. You are unique, and you are special. I hope you hear that enough, and I mean it, and this is sincere. You are awesome. You make the world a better place. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Kind of fun little thing to see what Disney does. It's not just Disney, all of corporations kind of do that, but I kind of wanted to point it out. And it's just cool. I think it's fun. Once you kind of notice it and identify it, then you start seeing it everywhere, wherever you look. Alright guys, if you haven't, wait a minute. Did you like this video? You did? Okay, great. If you haven't, go ahead and like it. And then hit the subscribe button. We have a ton of content. I'm down here in Anaheim. I'm just doing this marathon stay where I'm just staying at all these different hotels down here in Anaheim and going to Disneyland every day and trying to make fun videos for you guys. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. How does Disney get you to spend more money? They use little tiny tricks that everybody uses, but you don't realize it's a trick until somebody points it out to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a lot of fun to do. Disney's amazing, and it's just a corporation just like every other corporation. They have to make their money, and just to be aware of that. And to our patrons, thank you so much. We couldn't do these videos without you. We love your support. You are the absolute best.